A very good morning, Mark. Here, Tuesday, November the 11th. It is just after 10 a.m. Eastern Time. That's just after 3 p.m. GMT. Let's have a look at the US dollar performance now that the US session is underway. I'm starting on the US dollar index on the daily. You can see a red candlestick. So weak US dollar for the third consecutive day. I've got resistance at 99.62. I've got support at 99.15. US dollar being sold off. Small wick I have at the bottom here. Let's zoom in on that hourly. And there you can see US dollar attempting a fight back over the past 2 hours off this support level. We'll see whether that does accumulate, whether anything comes of that, or if we're going to see a continuation of dollar weakness like we've seen through the European and going into the US session. Let's have a look at the majors and see how they're performing, starting on the Euro US. And there you see the dollar weakness on the euro. That's buying euro, selling US dollar, green candlestick. I've got support at 115.46. I've got resistance at 116.05. Uptrend intact. EMA is pointed to the upside. If I zoom in on the hourly, we can see that uptrend has stalled at the resistance level. That would be selling euro, buying US, a fight back from the US. We'll see if that can amount to anything off this resistance level and down to the support that we saw. But for now, it still is euro strengthening and weak US dollar against the euro. Let's have a look at the pound against the US. There you can see selling pound, buying US, red candlestick for now, pound US fighting its way back. The wick at this wick you see at the bottom, so that is buying pound, selling US dollar, weak US dollar to start, and US fighting back right now against the pound. Let's zoom in on the hourly. And there you can see it's a strong fight back from the US off the resistance level. Let's just put that in there at 131.84. I've got support at 131.15. Strong pound, weak US dollar, all the way until this current hour where we see the US dollar fighting back. We'll see whether that can be maintained through the US session. Let's have a look at the US against the yen. Kind of sitting back where it started at yesterday's close. Buyers and sellers have tested higher and lower. I've got support at 153.65 and I've got resistance at 154.51. Interesting, the resistance area has been tried several times over the past week and a half. Buyers unable to break above. Tried earlier today, got rejected, and now sitting pretty much in the middle of the range. Buyers will be looked to retest at 154.51. Sellers of US, buyers of yen will look down at the 153.65 support area. US dollar against the Canadian. Certainly weak US dollar here. EMA's crossed over and pointed down. Lower highs, well, not lower lows, in fact, testing the same support as yesterday, which is at 140.03. I've got resistance at 140.43. If I zoom in on that hourly, there you can see the strong sell-off in the US dollar weakness against the Canadian. Tested the support level a few times. There is a bounce up in this hour now. US dollar trying to fight its way back. Not much yet. We'll see if US dollar buyers do step in and can look up at attempt to get to that 140.43 resistance area, or if we're going to see a continuation of US dollar weakness and Canadian strength and maybe a retest of this support at 140.03. So we certainly are seeing across the board, we are seeing US dollar weakness. Started in the Asian European session, is trying to fight its way back now that the US session is underway. We'll see whether that can amount to anything. We've got our support resistance levels to work with. Good trading, and I'll see you at the end of day.